You're listening to Risenhauer, the Grey Poupon, and Jonathan M. Laws on the Riz Pod.
Ooh, yeah, baby. We are back with the Riz Pod, the Risenhauer podcast, starring yours truly, Risenhauer, the Grey Poupon, and my co-host, the incomparable John M. Laws. Now, I want to talk a little bit about the villains in here. The first thing, we have a Native American named Billy Bear.
Billy Bear.
All right, who wears a leather suit from the 80s. I love it, man. The leather pants. And then we also have Gans, who is your typical I'd really love to kill cops.
Yeah.
More than anything else. Like, even the prostitute has a line there where she's like, I think you guys are in a lot of trouble because I think he likes killing cops more than
sex.
He does
Yeah.
getting laid, you know? And it's like, that's the one, that's another 80s cliche of these criminals who are, they're not really focused on anything other than just destroying
Mayhem.
And it's like, that's cool and all, but you're not gonna criminals like that don't usually put together schemes that make $500,000 off of a bank heist,
And I think that same narrative is what led to the Super Predator thing years later.
Right.
Led to the quote unquote tough on crime, hard on crime thing. Just the overall perception of that criminals had no inkling to be anything else but criminals.
Right. I feel that. Okay. Yeah, I was just making sure. Like, I can't hear you.
Oh no, I'm good.
Oh, okay. You can hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right, cool. All the technicals is all good. Oh, there it is.
Okay.
But so yeah. So you see that, but that's the thing about this movie, is that it's a hyper masculinity. All right.
Right.
The women are there to have things done to them.
Right.
And it's a bunch of men walking around with guns, and and it's just all these you got all these stereotypes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You got the Native American punk who falls in line with the white miscreant.
Right.
You had a black man who is hypersexual, and I can't wait to get me some ass. And
right.
It's like, your life is on the line. You're thinking about getting laid.
The
and
whole
all this
movie.
kind of stuff. Right, the whole movie and stuff. And my dick get hard. And it's like, dude. But at the end of the day, man, this is the 80s. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And Eddie Murphy, pretty much, he introduces himself to us, through this movie. And you see the rest of his movies, they go pretty far away from that. Beverly Hills Cop, he's a totally different type of character,
right?
But in this, Reggie Hammond is just a loudmouth black punk with a expensive suit,
And to that credit, again, like what you said, the redesign of this character for Beverly Hills Cop. In the movie Hollywood Shuffle, how they portrayed how Hollywood wanted black actors to act in the early 80s or even earlier before. And I think it could be a factor that Eddie Murphy was so young when he did this film. Maybe he was coerced. This is what you should be as a black actor. Be this kind of. Yeah.
Right. And then, so then you have a few years later, he gets his own films.
Right.
And it's like I said, Axel Foley was a very deep character and caring and, what I mean?
Yeah.
And then Golden Child, he was working at a youth center and this, that, and the other, and that kind of stuff. So it's just what you see here is that Eddie Murphy was such a phenomenal talent, man.
Yeah.
That he made the thing work, man.
He created a genre.
Yep. And I believe Robert Townsend said that he had auditioned for this movie too. You know what I mean? And it's like, couldn't nobody do this. Yeah. But Eddie. Yeah. You know what I mean? This way.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And there's one particular scene that I really think, I remember my dad used to rewind the VCR, you know what I mean, for this scene. And I know I fell in love with Eddie Murphy in the scene is when he go into the bar.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he's with all, so he goes into a bar. They're looking for the Native American dude,
Billy Bear.
And it's a redneck bar.
Yeah.
And you know, we had a little we have a little excerpt from at the beginning of the podcast where he goes in and he basically terrorizes these rednecks in the same way that, you know, at the time most white cops would go and terrorize a black establishment.
Right.
You know, he goes in there, he smashes up some glasses and breaks the mirror, pulls out his gun and badge, and you know, and he ends it. You know, he takes the bartender's hat and puts it on. He says, "There's a new sheriff in town." And then I love the '80s brother talk.
Yeah.
And the name is Reggie Hammond. Y'all be cool.
Right.
it's funny, but I do remember. I remember Pop saying like, "Man, wait, rewind him. I want to see him get cold on them white boys." Again.
Right.
You know? And it's like, so I know there was a lot of people in America right then. It was like, "Yo, that's my guy.
Yeah.
That's my guy right there. It don't matter."
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Half the people like, no, that can never be. And the other half like, oh my God, we've been waiting.
Yeah, and he says that line where he's like, the dude's like, "What kind of cop are you?" Yeah. He's like, "I'm your worst nightmare. I'm a nigga with a badge. It means I got permission to whoop your ass whenever I feel like it."
There it is.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that I really feel like all the other stuff, all the cliches, all the stereotypes that he plays in this role, that one scene is the payoff. Yeah. That's the payoff. That's where like, hey, you know, this cat is cool. Yeah. You know, I could see myself taking the role just for that.
Yeah. just to have that arc instead of being the whipping post the whole being all types of niggas and convict all the time.
And he did, you know, he did stand up for himself, you know, a lot of times with Jack and you know, and they eventually end up having that fight in the street. Yeah. You know what I mean? And that's the one thing I think they get that a little bit better now in movies now, those fights. Because they had
Oh, okay. Keep going.
We good. Okay. The stunt double they have for Eddie Murphy looked nothing like him. You saw that?
Yeah, just a thin black dude.
Yeah. It's like his head wasn't the same or whatever. But the thing that I saw with it is this: those '80s fight scenes would last so long,
unnecessarily. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like the one thing anybody, if you ever been in a street fight, is that if you hit somebody in the face flush.
Don't last that long.
Right. They're going down, man. And it's like they do it like purr, and they hit each other in the face flush. Yeah. And they be like afterwards just a little blood. Right. It's like, nah, dude, that ain't the way it go.
No swelling, no
right. They ain't tired.
Right.
You know, but we know that street fights usually last 20 to 30 seconds. Yeah. And after that means that somebody's either getting stomped or there's been a major injury if it lasts longer than that. Right. You know what I mean? And I think they get that a little bit better in movies nowadays. Yeah. You know, where it's not just so much two grown men hitting each other square in the face. Right. Because it's like, I don't believe it no more.
Yeah, it's impossible. Somebody's falling.
Right. Somebody's going to fall. Somebody's hurt. Somebody's neck is messed up. Right. Somebody ain't seeing no more out their eye. Right. Somebody, or your sense of smell is gone. Right. Or that little piece of your ear. I had to get plastic surgery on the side because I had the scar down the side. You know what I mean? Right. So I think they get that a little bit better. And then most of the movies where you get fighting in it now is superhero movies anyway. So yeah, it's like, you know, if he's got the dilithium crystal body, he's not gonna get
get knocked out as easily. Right. Yeah. And it probably won't be a punch that gets him.
Exactly. Well, he's got healing powers and all that kind of shit. Right. On. So but that was the one thing is that they show, and I thought Nick Nolte played that well. Yeah. They showed him like how he warmed up to Reggie. Yeah. And seeing like, yo, we kind of the same dude. Yeah. You know what I mean? Which does say a lot about your white counterpart in America, usually is doing much better than you as a black man. Right. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. The dude who has the same intelligence level, the same temperament, into the same stuff as John M. Laws. Yep. As Ralph Williams III. Yeah. That's a white dude is living a lot better in most cases than, you know what I mean? Yep. So here it is. These two characters have the same type of life. Yeah. You know, they like to, run around with women. Right. They into alcohol and drugs. Yep. And violence. Yeah. One's locked up. Yeah. The other one is doing the locking up.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So that says a lot about, hey,
The duality of it all.
yeah, man, what are we doing here, man?
Yeah.
So and that's the one thing I was saying about David Clark is that we'll see.
Yeah.
All right, he's a lawmaker from Wisconsin who's black.
Yeah.
Will he or won't he end up imprisoned? We'll see.
We'll have to cover it on another post because I have so much I could say.
Yeah, but we'll see because that seems to be
Yeah.
the recurrent theme.
Right.
You know what I mean? Will his son get locked up or somebody in his family? But it tends to happen
Yeah.
where that corruption
Yeah.
in politics, which is it looks like it's prevalent throughout.
Yeah.
Where we somehow find ourselves punished for it, and others somehow find themselves rewarded for it.
Right. And remember those the deaths that were on his watch, those aren't resolved yet. So
Yeah, so it could, man, he pissed off the wrong one,
Yeah.
and he'd be right up in there.
Yep.
Oh my God, could you imagine dude getting locked up? Oh, they waiting for him.
I honestly, I think he might take himself out the game.
Yeah. Oh God, right. It'd be within a week.
I think he would.
Yep. And it'd be. I would.
And not even on no doing jail time stuff. Just on some. I don't want to be near niggas.
Yeah. Not even the fear.
Not even the jail.
Like, I can't do it. I can't do it.
Right.
I don't get to wear my medals.
Right.
Oh God, I'm ending it all.
Right.
Man, this dude. But yeah. So let's take a break.
Cool.
And we'll do one more segment about the movie.
Yes, sir.
48 Hours. And what we did forget to do with Thin Line, we didn't rate it last week.
Yeah.
So let's make sure we rate 48 Hours. We'll be back with the Riz Pod. If you'd like to advertise your product or service, reach out to us at therizpod@yahoo.com. TheRizPod@yahoo.com.